Hello again. Today we are finishing task 2. We are going to analyze the last question 10, and I just remind you that it is test 1, variant 1, reading part, and this is preparation for those who would like to study at master's program in our country. And the most important part of the exam is to read the question carefully in order to understand what you should do. Here, just read the text below, match choices from A to G according to the questions from 6 to 10. And there are 2 choices you do not need to use. Okay, paragraph 10. Question 10, last paragraph. The writer, I believe, imagines his reader like an ally who has the same difficulties reading the book as the writer himself had been having while writing their masterpiece. By the end of reading, you will have been amazed and puzzled for years. And here there are a lot of beautiful words. They might be new for you, and if they are new, they are highly recommended to be learned by heart, because we have masterpiece, we have amazed and puzzled, and they are rather key words in order to solve the task below. In this paragraph of the book review, it is claimed that, and we have already excluded A because we have found out in our previous lessons, we have found out before that the author of the book is not a woman, it is a man. B. The novel is the story life of the author of the book, and in the previous lessons we decided again together that it is rather about somebody different, it's not an autobiography, maybe not exactly the autobiography. At least we have found out that the main character, the heroine, is a woman. And C. The writer depicts the main character at different angles. And yes, in the previous questions, and I hope you wrote the correct answers, that the answers that might be correct answers. Remember, we have to be unsure till the end, because in the previous lessons we agreed that you might change your opinion at the very end of the task solving. So D, it is the story not only about the person but about various aspects of life. And yes, we have read something like that in the previous questions. Then E, the areas that are touched in the novel vary a lot. And yes, we have learned that it is about arts and sciences and different things, history and literature, so they are different areas. They vary a lot. F. The writer does not answer all the questions that the reader might have. And last time we spoke about so-called pills to digest heavy, good but heavy meal. And now we know that these pills, they mean kind of answers. And F matched with the previous question, question 9, just perfectly. And here only G left. The author writes about eternal truth, and raises lots of rhetorical questions. Again, there are two just beautiful English words, eternal rhetorical questions. Eternal truth means something that was true, that is true, and that will be true for most of people. Because eternal means something that lasts forever. So it always be true. It will continue forever and having no end. So never ending truth, if we can say it. So it would be principles that are always true for most of us. And here we have something like that. Amazed, masterpiece. And actually, because the author might have had difficulties writing this, and readers, it could be that exactly this reader who wrote this review definitely had some difficulties, what is not bad for reading, because actually a good piece of reading, they say, it's not there something where you can find answers for the questions you might have. Usually, you have even more questions after finishing a good piece of reading. You probably have more questions. So, this word puzzled means like you will be questioned. You will have questions at the very end. While after finishing reading the book, you will you will ask at least one or more questions to you, to yourself, let's say. So rhetorical questions, they are very similar with eternal questions. Actually, rhetorical, these questions usually they are without direct answers, and it's not that they are questions that do not have answers at all. Just it is so difficult to say very direct, to say exactly yes or no. And rhetorical questions, they have been they have been they actually have been existing for so many years, human beings exist. They are questions that you ask as a way of making a statement without expecting an answer. Actually, it is used in speeches or in some writing in special ways in order to persuade people or to produce a kind of impressive effect. So, I hope you are interested in reading the book because the effect seems impressive, at least according to this book review. And I would like to show you the correct answers today because question 10 is the last question in this task, in task 2. Ready? Okay, here you are. You see, in green, you have the correct answers according to the part of reading task, task 2, and according to the variants that were suggested by the designers of this test. Hopefully, we have done everything correctly, right? So, congratulations. Well done. Now, let's part till the next task. Have a proper rest. Goodbye.